With record low unemployment, could North Dakota be the economic model for the nation to follow? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham, and I'm joined by Congressman Kevin Cramer, Republican from North Dakota. Congressman, welcome to the program.
Great to be with you, Robert.
So we know what the national average is. It's roughly about 8%, give or take a couple of percentage points. North Dakota's at 3.2 unemployment.
Sure.
How can that be?
Well, first of all, North Dakota is a place with a lot happening. There's an economic boom, there's a wealth creation boom, there's a jobs boom, and we're blessed. We're blessed with lots of good things, Robert. But one of the things that we're blessed with is that so much of our activity, so many of our resources, and those resources include everything from wheat and cattle to coal and oil and gas, are on or under private land as opposed to government land, especially federal land. And as a result, you don't have the federal government standing in the way of wealth creation and jobs creation.
Is this newfound, quote-unquote, wealth that you found, or has this been going along for quite some time and we're just finding out about it?
Well, it's been there a long time, especially the oil. I mean, I don't think there's any question the Bakken oil boom is sort of the catalyst that at least that gets all the headlines these days. But long before that even, we were establishing, developing a very diverse economy. We've been fortunate with very good commodity prices. We grow a lot of wheat, a lot of sunflowers, a lot of honey, cattle, lots of commodities, and we've had good prices, good markets, and that's been very successful.
So, Congressman, it sounds like what you're saying is that there's less government intervention, which thus in the process allows the private sector to prosper.
Well said. That's exactly right. I was an energy regulator before I became a member of Congress. For 9 years, I was on the North Dakota Public Service Commission. I carried the coal mining portfolio. I carried the oil and gas and CO2 pipeline portfolio, gas processing plant portfolio, and so I'm very familiar with the permitting process and environmental protection. And I always say, nobody loves our land, nobody loves our air, nobody loves our water more than those of us that live there. And when you trust that natural order of things with minimal government interference, every once in a while a fight breaks out and you have to interfere.
Well, just to challenge that a little bit, the Obama administration and some Democrats will say, well, you know what? Trusting is very nice. However, history has proven to us that you can't trust everything because there are some people that would abuse the privilege, and that's why there needs to be regulation. Your response?
Well, there's no question. Every law or regulation or rule in the world is a result of somebody's abuse of their liberty. And I warn the companies of that all of the time. That's why there needs to be at least a soft touch of regulatory, government regulating.
Can you give us an example?
Sure. I'll give you an example. In North Dakota, it takes, for example, 10 days from applying for a permit to issuing a permit for drilling on private or state land. If you're drilling on federal land, it takes 270 days.
Okay.
But the private land is just as clean and just as clear and just as fertile as the government land. And we have, for example, in North Dakota, we mine 30 million tons of lignite coal. We burn it to generate electricity. We're the 6th leading exporter of electricity, have been for 30 years. Yet we meet all ambient air quality standards as prescribed by the EPA. Under our regulations, the state carrying out even the federal regulations, we meet those standards. In fact, the coal counties in North Dakota consistently get an A rating from the National Lung Association.
So, Congressman, if you could whisper one thing into a Democrat's ear, if you could whisper one thing into the president's ear, what would you say in terms of working with you and your party in terms of bipartisanship and making North Dakota the model all around the country?
I think, first of all, I think you've just made the pitch, but I think it's incumbent also upon me to listen to them. And frankly, in this town, there's a lot of talking and very little listening. Because I know that, for example, the Marcellus Shale play in Pennsylvania isn't the same as the Bakken play in North Dakota, that it's not as deep. And so people have legitimate concerns. Here's what I'd say, come on out to North Dakota, be part of a congressional delegation. Let's show it to you firsthand, talk to the scientists, talk to the landowners.
Thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure.
And of course, thank you for joining us for this edition of Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Robert Traynham. Have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.